We are back. Sorry for not putting out some videos. I just been busy with good guys and taking photos for them, and so that takes a majority of my time, especially in the summer. Plus it being like 110 out in Arizona. I don't have AC in my garage, so I don't do a lot of like projects on any vehicles I have till it gets cooler. So hence there's not a lot of content that comes out really from like June to August, but that's about to change here shortly, especially with this video, because I added a new vehicle to my fleet. It's just a vehicle, you know, I'm always looking at like random things, usually nothing in particular. If something pops up that interests me, then I'll jump on it, and this is kind of one of those situations where I've been thinking about getting one of these just to, you know, a lot of my friends have them, and it'd be nice to have one as well when I go to shows, or even if I take it to a show and I'm working, it'd be nice to, you know, have it in the show as well. So yeah, I guess let's get to it. So you are looking at a 1995 GMC Sierra 1500 two-wheel drive short bed. It is a pretty base model, not a lot of bells and whistles, hardly any, to be honest with you. So no power windows, no powered locks, no power seat, no cruise. Interior, as we'll get into in a little bit, is basic as well. Bent seat, rubber floor mat. So this truck is as basic as basic gets. But the main reason I picked this truck up is the mileage. This truck is super low mileage. It's a one family owned truck. But yeah, I picked this truck up and it has 60,500 miles on it. 60,500 when I picked it up. I put some miles on it because obviously I'm driving it back to Arizona. But I don't know if you can see there. It is, man, there's some glare. But 60,749 miles currently on the odometer. So far so good on its way down to Arizona. But yeah, it was just something that I could not pass up. It's been garaged its whole life, so as you can see, the hood doesn't have any of that GM paint fade, as well as the roof. I don't know if you could even see up there. Even as far as the bed is concerned, obviously it has a mat, but I mean, you could, has a little bit of use, but you know, it's pretty clean under there. So yeah, it was just one of those things where I had to do it. I mean, when are you gonna see a bone stock OBS with around 60,000 miles for sale? I would say there's probably not too many of them. So yeah, it was on Craigslist. It wasn't on Marketplace, so make sure you guys check your Craigslist. A lot of older people still use Craigslist to put their vehicles for sale, and that's where I found this one in Northern California. I actually called the guy up Thursday and talked to him about the truck, and he basically, you know, told me everything is original. The guy was 80 years old, by the way, that sold it to me. And he was just straight up let me know what it was, and we just struck a deal. I bought a one-way flight up to California, then another almost like 2-hour Uber drive to his place, because I wasn't gonna have him try to meet me in the airport or do any of that stuff. I mean, he's 80 years old, and I was just like, I'll get to you, and we'll go from there as far as checking the truck out. So let's go over a little bit of its flaws. The paint, I mean, it's good, but it's not mint. I was really hoping for mint since it was an older. That's just the thing. So I got, you know, there's a little scratch right there. There was another one right here. Little paint chip right there that you could see. There is a little whiskey dent right here. I don't know if you can see it on the top part of the tailgate. There's a little dent. Some of this stuff is just dust or dirt. I can't tell. That might be some clear coat peeling. Yeah, I got some right here. A little scratch right there. Again, I haven't washed it. Looks like you got a little piece right there. And here. You definitely have a paint chip right there. So I'm doing my best to protect the hood. I obviously put some tape on there just to avoid any chips, you know, possible. So but I mean, for a 30-year-old truck, you know, it's not going to be amazing condition. I mean, it's like so whether I fix those little scratches or I just leave it is yet to be seen. I guess it'll depend on, you know, I definitely am not going to repaint this truck, so that's out of the question. But if we could do a little touch up on it and make it, you know, look more presentable, then we'll do that. Tires, I'm not sure. I was looking for a date code on these tires. Originally the guy said they were 7 years old, and then when I got there he goes, oh, they're 7 to 10. But again, they're not dry rotted because, you know, it was garage and not left outside. So far so good. I mean, they look like they're in good condition. Do have a spare, as you can see under there. I don't even know if the spare has any air in it or not. So, but I do have the original jack stand. Here's another dent or scratch right there. So yeah, so paint and body, you know, I don't know, an 8 maybe, but I'll take it because again, when are you gonna find a 60,000 mile truck that's original, that hasn't been tampered with? So let's kind of get into the interior of it and I'll show you around there. So interior wise, we got your bench seat. There's no rips or tears. It is, you know, it's comfortable. Obviously got my bag because I'm, you know, driving now. Yeah, never even looked back here yet. So I got a rope. There's the jack right there. Obviously we got the window that opens there. Haven't tried it. I'm sure it does work. Let's see. Obviously no carpeting. I'm gonna add carpeting. Dash is good. There are no cracks in the dash. Again, just everything is original radio. Battery is original. Actually, we'll pop the hood while we're in here. This is a little bit faded. I'll correct that. Yeah, just kind of unmolested original truck. Hop over to the passenger side. Which of course is locked. And let's see here. All right. So yeah, not much to see here. Again, you can see the dash, it's good to go. Not much in the glove. I do have the original window sticker, and the owner's manual is in there as well. AC works, cup holder works. Again, no rips or tears. in the seat. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty, it is what it is, you know. Like, I wish, like I said, it had a little better options as far as interior. I would like to have power windows. You know, if it already had carpeting, that would be, but I mean, whatever. Carpeting, usually half the time carpeting is trashed anyways and you got to replace it. So I'll just do that. Carpeting is cheap. Yeah, let's get under the bonnet here. Let's see. So it is the 5.0, not the 5.7, which, again, I'll take it. You know, like, I'm not gonna turn down a, you know, a V8 just because it wasn't the 5.7. So it's better than having the 6. And you know, I didn't want a manual either, but it's a little dusty. He kind of lived in dust country, so you can see there's a bunch of dust going on there. So I'll probably replace the filter. This is definitely not an original battery because I don't think they came with ever starts. So but here we go, we have a date code 2015. So yeah, so it's definitely probably gonna need a replacement here shortly when I get to Arizona, because the sun just kills batteries. So, but other than that, doesn't leak any oil. I did check the oil this actually last night because I topped it up with fuel, and I also checked the oil while I was there. So they could use a little, but it's not burning any. I think I just, you know, it could have used a little when I left there. I should have picked some up at Walmart, but I didn't. So I'll keep an eye on that when I stop for fuel again. But other than that, I mean, chrome is in really good shape. I'll have to see about when I take this license plate off. There'll probably be 2 holes, obviously, sitting there. So I don't know if I'm gonna get a smoothie chrome bumper or not. You know, paint the mirrors, most likely. This the common OBS stuff that we do. So plans for this truck as of right now, as of 8/9, is to definitely lower it, probably put some 20s on there, again, do some cosmetic stuff, do some stuff with the rear bumper, mirrors, front bumper possibly, and, you know, the interior stuff that I mentioned, and just basically make a really cool cruiser. That's really my intentions for it. So a lot of the shows I got to, especially the C10 only shows, they won't let me take my Sonoma, so it has to be full size only. So that's kind of the reason why I wanted to pick up one of these OBS's, is because I'd like to be able to take my truck to the show. Even though I'd be working the show, I want to have something there. I don't know, it's better than having just a rental car in your parking lot. So yeah, so the full intention of this build is lower it, make it look cool, and cruise it. I don't know if I'm going to leave it as is as far as just the paint, or I'm going to do some kind of, you know, not a wrap per se, but do some kind of graphic thing on the side. I don't know. I haven't figured that part out yet, so we'll see. I have a feeling I'm gonna do something with the paint and body, as far as, yeah, adding some, you know, whether it's a pinstripe, something, I don't know. We'll cross that road when we get to it. But yeah, anyways, I just wanted to show you guys the new addition to the family. Hope you guys, you know, like what I purchased here, and continue on this journey of making it a little lower to earth, and just, you know, follow me as we continue this journey. And I hope to have some more content as far as show coverage coming up soon. I know I have a show in California, C10 Intervention, I want to think, and then C10's in the park in Texas that I'm going to be doing here shortly. And I also might make it out to Pomona for the classic truck, I don't even know what they call it, but anyways, I think those 3 definitely are on the list for the end of this year. So yeah, that is it for now. And I guess we'll see how this journey goes back to Arizona. So the backstory on this truck is, so I bought the truck from a guy, he's 80 years old. His uncle bought it new for his wife as her kind of driver, you know, like not a daily driver, because she didn't drive that much anyways, but, you know, go to church, go to the grocery store, run errands. But it was always an in-town truck. It never went on long trips, never put anything in the back of it as far as, like, you know, using it as a truck. I don't even think it towed anything, even though it has a tow package. So it was literally just one of those, you know, take around town type of vehicles. Then I know the uncle passed away, and I don't remember what happened to her, to be honest with you, but anyways, the guy I bought it from basically took control of it. I'm assuming she died as well, so you know, so he was kind of like the quote-unquote caretaker for it. And then his wife would drive it occasionally, but again, now she's in around her 80s, and it's just, you know, her eyesight is going bad, and the guy I bought it from can't hear very well. He's kind of going deaf, like a really cool dude, you know, just his hearing's kind of gone. So it's just one of those stories that you hear on the internet sometimes, where the person had it new and just kind of used it around town, and that's exactly what this truck is. So so I'm very fortunate to have found this truck, and yeah, and now I'm giving it the most miles it's ever seen in its existence. So hopefully everything goes well, knock on wood. I'm a little worried about the tires, just because I couldn't find a date code on them. So the guy said they're 7 years old on the phone, and then when I got there this morning, he said they're, I don't know, 7 to 10. But he's like, you know, there's no dry rot, because the truck was garaged basically its entire life. So which is true, but I did have a blowout in the Sonoma when I picked that one up driving home, so I'm a little skittish just with the age of the tires, and hoping that I don't have a blowout along my way. There is a spare, although I don't know if it's a full-size spare on these trucks or a donut, and I don't even know if it has any air in it, so it may or may not do me any good anyways. But the original toolkit is in the back of the bench seat, so I mean, there's that, I guess. So but yeah, everything, I mean, it's kind of stock. The shocks are stock, he said. He did replace the alternator at some point, so that's good. And you know, he mentioned that, you know, the fuel gauge will go above full, but once it gets into the red to the E, like, I mean, it will run out. So he said definitely I would suggest not tempting fate, and make sure you fill up when it's getting close to a quarter of a tank. So I will heed his warning and get fuel probably around when it's in the halfway mark, just in case. And oh, it also has the original battery that came with the truck, so I know I'll be needing one of those in Arizona, because the heat will just destroy that. So that's on my bucket list to do, probably, you know, not as soon as I get home, but, you know, once the heat gets a hold of this truck. So yeah, that's kind of a little bit of the backstory and how the truck is currently doing. If you hear that annoying, and I probably already mentioned this in the video, but yeah, it almost sounds like a really loud blinker is on, but it's something to do with the AC. It's intermittent. it comes and goes just like my ABS light on my dash. It's currently off, but it comes and goes. That might just be hopefully like a sensor that I need to replace, or maybe it's just dirty. And so that comes and goes, but that clicking noise I'm gonna hear that in my sleep tonight, because it is just non-stop. Click, 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 click. So comment below if you know what is causing that and how to resolve that, because that is definitely, as of right now, priority number one when I get home, because it is super annoying. I'm grateful that AC is working. AC is working, so I'm not gonna complain too much. But man, it is just click, 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 click. So yeah. So anyways, I will give you guys another update when one is needed. I've driven this truck about 200 miles, maybe a little bit more. So kind of like the things I love and things I don't love about it so far. The bench seat, it's fine, it's comfortable, but I wish there was a way to tilt it back some. I don't know. The driving position's fine, but I just wish I could tilt it back just a hair. As far as I can tell, because I've been reaching under into the side, like trying to feel like there's a lever. I don't feel anything, so I'm pretty sure this is, you know, stuck in its position. What else? I'll probably want to do a Bluetooth radio at some point. I don't know if I'm going to keep the stock one that's in there and do like some kind of hide a Bluetooth stereo somewhere, or just take that whole thing out and put a, you know, Bluetooth stereo one that fits in there. So that's another thing. What else? The clicking sound has temporarily gone away, so that's good news. You do hear like little creaks and cracks. It feels like, I don't know. I guess it's just the plastic that Chevy uses. Not when you're going straight, but when you're turning, you can hear like. So there's that. I don't even know if the lights work, to be honest. I probably should check that, because it's going to be dark here in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. I assume they work, but I have not checked them to see if they worked. Gauges all look good. It's been right, I would say around 200 is the temp, and oil pressure, it looks like we're about 60. And then, you know, everything else there is good. So I haven't tried the window behind me to see if that opens up. I'm sure it does. Yeah, I would say, I don't know. It's definitely more on. Oh, and then it doesn't have carpeting. Again, base model. So I'm gonna put some carpeting in here for sure. So that's another thing to upgrade. But overall, you know, the interior is in pretty good condition. There's no seats or no rips in the seats or anything like that, or seat. So that's good. So yeah, I mean, my dislikes are very minor. You know, it was definitely not a deal breaker when I was looking into this truck. You know, like not having it a better package. It's a California special. I do have the original window sticker, so it's a California special, which I'm not even sure what that includes. I mean, the front bumper's chrome, so it's not body color. The rear bumper is black. Nowhere on the truck does it say California Special, so I'm not really sure what that entitles, but that's what it says on the window sticker, California Special. So I don't know, you guys tell me. But yeah, just cruising along, doing about 70. I think I'm gonna, it's 7 o'clock now, I'm gonna drive for another, I want to say, hour or so and find a hotel and resume in the morning. So all right, stopped off at another rest area. It's getting a little dark, so at least dark enough where I need to see if my lights are working, and I need to kind of scope out where I'm going to stay tonight, so I'm not texting and researching while I'm driving. So I guess, let's see. Well, first of all, let's see here. All right, the dash lights came on, so that's a good sign. Let's see if we have any headlights. Oh yeah, we do. I taped up the hood to try to prevent some chips. So, doing the most I can to prevent any of that. But yeah, we got headlights. Let's see if we have any taillights. Yep, taillights. I'm assuming my blinkers work. Yep, got left there. That's good. Let's check the right side. Yep, good there. Good there. See the tires. Alright, I mean, they look like they're in decent shape. Yeah, I mean, they're holding up, so yeah. All right, well, I'm glad I checked to make sure the lights and the blinkers are working and the tail lights and all that stuff. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try to find a hotel and probably see you guys in the morning. Good night. Well, this is it for tonight. I always liked when there was guys that used to do hotel tours during Hot Rod Power Tour. So I always thought it was kind of cool and fun. So yeah, so not too shabby. They're always more pricey than what I want to spend. I want to spend Motel 6 pet costs, but get, you know, nice place to stay. Tub shower. Oh well. Is what it is, but I'm only here for a night. Truck ran well, no problems. So yeah, grab some food nearby and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, there she is. You barely see it through this screen and dirty window, but yeah, she's still there in the morning when I woke up, so that's always a good thing. Now, on to Phoenix. Good morning. It is day 2 of my journey from NorCal to Phoenix. I decided to take some back roads today. I didn't want to go through like Los Angeles and down near San Diego and then take that over. So I'm actually gonna take the 40, and that will take me up near Flagstaff, Sedona, and stuff like that, and kind of take that route. Definitely it's going to be some mountains and stuff like that, but and I did notice the temperature rising a little bit when I was going up hills yesterday. Nothing crazy, but it did, I want to say, probably get to 220 or something like that. So just something to keep an eye on today when I'm going up the hills. But sorry, I had just picked up a monster and it's making me burp. But yeah, so the plan is just kind of taking the back roads, stay off the highways, and take the scenic route. So if I see anything cool along the way, I will definitely, pull off and check it out. I don't know what there is. I didn't really plan this trip, so it was very last minute, as you guys know. So I'm kind of just winging it and just driving. So the one thing I also want to do with this truck that when I get home is tint the windows, because the sun just kind of beats on me, like whether it's the back of my neck or the side windows. Yeah, it's just I'm getting sunburn driving it, so that's one thing I definitely also want to address when I get back home. So but other than that, my analog brake on the dash is back on, so I'm sure that comes and goes just like the beeping that you hear onto the passenger side dash. So other than that, it's been smooth sailing. So just wanted to give a quick update on my Saturday morning, and I will update you guys as needed. So continue watching. I turn the camera around. Let's see if we see anything on Route 66. I really don't know. You know what? I can tell you what the temperature is outside, because there's nothing in here that tells me. But it is currently 98 degrees, so not too bad. It's going to be a lot hotter when I get to Arizona, that's for sure. Actually, when where I bought the truck at yesterday, I went to get something to eat, and there was I want to say it was a dirt track car, like almost like a hobby stock, one of the lower classes, I'm assuming going to the races that night, but it was still too early. It was like 3 o'clock, so I wasn't going to hang around till 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock p.m. when they started racing. So as I was traveling down and I stopped at a rest area, I was actually searching local racetracks. So I was like, oh, maybe Friday night, I'll go to a racetrack and watch some racing, local racing, so. And there were some in town, like Kevin Harvick has a track, and I think there was another track in Bakersfield. But they were either racing Saturday night, tonight, or next weekend. So I guess there's no tracks that race like weekly Friday nights, unfortunately, at least out here. So I really wanted to watch some local short track racing. I didn't care if it was dirt or asphalt, but unfortunately that was not to be. So I just kind of hung out at my hotel and got some rest and you know, called it a night. So oh well, it would have been cool to check out some local stuff, but and I know in Arizona near me there's a bunch of local tracks that shut down. So there's really, unless you want to go to Tucson and possibly, I don't know, I don't know, I'm sure there's some in northern Arizona, but in the Phoenix area there's no more any racetracks at all, dirt, asphalt, anything. So, which is unfortunate. You know, people buy land and, you know, buy houses, and next thing you know, they're complaining about the noise, even though the racetrack was there 30, 40, 50 years prior to them being there. And, you know, the land's expensive, as you guys know, so yeah, racetrack has to go. So anyways, it looks like it's becoming a little bit desolate here on 66, so I guess I'll let you guys go. Alright, big moment coming up. About to hit 61,000 miles. There she goes. Picked it up with 6,500, I believe. And now we're at 61,000 in counting. What up? Quick update. We are on Route 66, a little bit north of Victorville, California, on our way to Barstow, California. And just thought I'd give you guys an update. I wasn't planning on taking Route 66, but it just kind of worked out that way. It was one of my options going back, so I was like, yeah, let's take Route 66. Maybe we'll see something cool. I haven't seen anything yet, to be honest, but you never know. I'm only on this road for about 30 miles, so I'm not on here all that long, but I did go over or through a bridge. So that was kind of cool, but it wasn't like an old wood bridge, you know, it was metal. So, but yeah, I'm just hoping I kind of go through a couple old towns on my way to Barstow, and you know, just kind of see if I, you know, old signs and old cars. Well, there's a Falcon, and I don't even know what that other was. I think it was a Pontiac. But yeah, just looking for cool stuff, kind of like what what David Freiberger does on his channel. So if I see anything cool, I wish I had kind of a co-pilot, because if there is something cool, I don't have enough time to show you guys, you know. It's just like, oh, there's something cool over there, oh, there's something cool over there. So it kind of sucks. I guess I could always turn around and go back and show you, but it'd have to be really cool. Otherwise, you know, I think my ETA getting home today is like 5 p.m. So part of me wants to kind of like see cool stuff, and the other part of me just wants to get home. So yeah, anyways, quick little update for you. Alright, I guess this is kind of more well, it's definitely not Main Street, but Route 66 Barstow. Hello, Mr. Car. Alright. It's like a really old Motel 6. Older Motel 6, I guess we should say. I don't know what this Camry is doing. No blinkers. Oh, it's a BMW. Figures. Alright. As you go, as you will. Sunset. That looks, yeah, that's Topper Motel. Smog, old. Well, they actually rebuilt that. The sign was old though. Zeta's. I don't know if that is open or not, to be honest with you. Sage Motel. Let's get over here. Starlight Donuts. Hopefully you guys can see some of what I'm seeing. It's on the left-hand side. I think there's a car wash or something for high school football on the right. Hotel and cafe on your left. The Williams. No, the Village. Excuse me. The Village. Roy's Cafe to the left. I think that is, I can't tell. It says drive-through not open, but it definitely does not look open. A lot of the stuff is closed. The older stuff anyways. Closed down. There's an old car, Chevy Caprice maybe? Sweet, has some good patina on it, that's for sure. Wilderness. This on the left. Star Inn. Yeah, that place is still open. Traffic light is out, apparently. So, there's an abandoned gas station to my left. I knew that lady was going to cut across. Budget in. O'Reilly's. Luckily, AutoZone. Luckily, we don't have to stop at those. Knock on wood. Jenny's Grill. Steak and... I don't know. Mariscos? I don't even know what that is. Economy Inn. Broadway Inn. Best Motel. This looks all newer down here. Another quick little update. My GoPro died, so now we're on my phone. Super safe. No worries at all. Just left Parker, Arizona. Filled up there. I know I said I was going to go through the Grand Canyon and Sedona and all that, but it was faster to go this way, so I just kind of was like, at this point, just get home. Man, I can't remember the city in California, but I was worried about fuel, and so I just figured I didn't want to, not fill it up, but at least put something in there just in case, because it was like 50 miles to the next gas station. So it was $6, $5.99 a gallon. I was like, God damn. So better than running out. So, you know, again, I just put like $25 in just to make sure that I get to Parker, which I did. But again, I don't know this truck all that well, really at all. Especially if, you know, the guy telling me the fuel gauge is off a little bit. So anyway, filled up at Parker. It was like $2.99 there at Parker. So once you cross the Arizona border, it drops significantly. So then I went across the street and picked up some beef jerky. That'll probably be my lunch, as I don't plan on stopping again till I get home. It's hot. I don't know what it is exactly, but you know, I would imagine it's 100 and something out here. So truck's running around 210 right now, so a little warmer, but it's hotter outside. Other than that, so far so good. I got like 150 miles to go, I think, till I get home, something like that. So fingers crossed everything goes well. The good news is, as I get closer to home, I also get closer to friends. So if something was to happen, which hopefully it doesn't, I'll be closer to somebody helping me out, hopefully. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully smooth sailing, and I'll catch you guys when I get home. Later. We have made it safe and sound back to Arizona. Actually got back last night, but it was a little bit too dark to do a video, so I'm doing a little outro this morning. Yeah, she ran fine, no issues at all. She made the 792 mile trek from Modesto, California, and back here to Phoenix, where she is in her new home. So kind of uneventful video, I'll give you that, but hopefully you'll stay with me on my journey to get this thing looking right, sitting lower to earth, do some cosmetic things, and just get it looking right. But the one thing I forgot to do is kind of give you a you know, cold start or it running. So let's do that right now. There we go. 61,292 miles. I don't know if you guys could even see that, but there she is. Got some, I don't know what that is. Some scratches there. Definitely have a little bit during the door. I don't know. We'll get her cleaned up as best as possible. Looking good with some paint correction, hopefully, and get her, you know, as close to a 10 as possible. I got to get some. Probably got to get a car cover for this thing to protect the paint, get another windshield screen. As you guys know, it's brutally hot and sunny here in Arizona, but yeah, I don't know if there's not much else to say other than appreciate you following me on this journey, picking up another vehicle that I really don't need, but you know, at 60,000 miles, can you really blame me? I don't think there's that many around, you know, in this condition with that low miles out there. Maybe I'm wrong, but for me, I had to jump on the opportunity, and I did. So And I'm glad I did, because I've been wanting to get into the OBS game for quite a while now. So anyways, that is it from me. Stay tuned. Hopefully there'll be a lot more content coming soon. Thanks for watching. See you next time.